Hey YouTubers, this is Todd at the Workbench again. Um, Bill Graham has sent to me some of his decorated cars to weather for Wally's weathering to weather, and so I thought I'd share a few of those with you. I'm going to be making a video on one of them, showing you how I do a little bit of extra work for Bill in this case. Um, Let me show you a couple of these cars that he sent me. They're pretty nice. Bill has his own railroad, as you know, South Brooklyn Railroad, and so he custom paints these cars. If you can see that pretty good. Let's see if we can get this in the shot here. This is Athearn 40-foot box car for the Brooklyn Lollipop Company, and as you can see, it's got the South Brooklyn Railroad on that side, the SBK, and it's spelled out on this side. Pretty snazzy looking little car. And so he also sent a 50-foot car here for Brady Construction Company. Boy, that's a pretty sharp outfit. Look at that. Nice silver on them doors and silver roof walks. Brady Construction takes pretty good care of their cars, it looks like to me. And kind of my favorite here, he actually sent a couple of these. Canavelli pasta. Hey, how about that? And very interesting orange color. He also has one in yellow that he sent me. And boy, these are pretty sharp. I guess I've made it. I can finally say that I'm weathering up a Canavelli car. So anyway, I'm going to particularly take this one on in the video to kind of show you how I go about doing some weathering jobs, what I like to do for these Athearn cars. Also like to say these Athearn cars are pretty neat. I mean, they go together pretty well. It doesn't take a lot of extra effort. Bill's put some added on some metal wheels. I think he uses Walther's wheel sets and trucks on these, and obviously KD couplers that you might be able to see that on there. I'll hold it straight. But so, you know, for an outlay of a couple of extra dollars, you can get some really nice cars from Athearn, these old blue box kits. If you want to do your own painting on them and stuff, you can certainly strip them, but you still can find the undecorated models. But it doesn't take that much to strip them or repaint them, and you know, you can either make your own decals or like Bill did. I think he had some outfit do a set of these decals for him, and they look pretty sharp. So anyway, we'll continue on with this video in a little bit here, and I'll show you how we're going to weather this car up for Bill. I won't show you all of them, but I will show you all of them at the end, give you kind of a little interpretation of what I did. He's actually got 8 of them here, and I actually have a car that I'm going to do for him, which is a tank car, which is already decorated. It's a Walther's tank car, but I'm going to weather that for him too, and so I'll let you see that at the end of the video. So hang on just a minute, we'll get it going with this. Okay, so we're back, and here's what I've got done so far. I've taken the weight out of the car, and I sprayed it flat black on one side, as you can see. I don't paint both sides of the weight. There's no reason for it. And so I've got the trucks not disassembled yet, but off the car. And so what we'll do is we will put the weight back in, and then we'll go ahead and put the underframe of the car back in. And then what I like to do is I like to screw the screws back in the trucks so that I don't lose them. Truck holes, bolsters if you're technical. And then I like to just run the screws back down on each side, not tight, just down to where they're snug. This does one of two things. It helps me find the screws later, and also keeps it in place here. So, okay, so that's kind of where we are with this. Now I set the trucks aside, and I like these trucks because they're Bill puts Walther's blackened metal wheel sets in with them, and I like that. They make up some pretty good trucks. And so I think that's where we're going to start here, is with these wheels and trucks. It's about as good as any place to start. So how I like to do trucks is from my video, you'll notice that I have a video on doing trucks. This is Tamiya, red brown. Get back in shot there. You can get that number off there or not. It is red brown. I also use Model Master. Yeah, get over here. Grimy black. And that one really doesn't have a number on it, but Model Master Grimy Black is what it is. That's the color we're going to be using. So we'll set him right there. And then I also use some Tamiya Flat Earth. And I vary those colors. When I have a large amount of wheels to do, then I'll take and parcel them out into groups, and that's when I do the different colors. So let me show you how I'm going to do this. Bear with me just a sec here. Take and shake this up pretty good. It's our Model Master Grimy Black. Get that off there. Now I just use what comes in the cap, because I think that's pretty well all you need. Get zoomed in a bit here so you can see what I'm doing. So I take some of this, and this is acrylic, and this is really nice because then you can, and I just kind of take and that micro brush, and I go around with that color. It comes out pretty nice. Now these are blackened already, so you don't really, but the grimy black just kind of gives it a sort of a grimy color rather than the shiny black color that's there. That's what you want to do. So we'll finish these up. This also allows you to keep the paint away from the needle point. So these just these green micro brushes is what I use. Nice thing about these is you can wash them out after you're done. Reuse them next time. So you always have one that wants to escape. And I do use gloves, just so I don't get a lot of different things on me. As you can see, I've already been doing stuff today, but that's sometimes if you don't get the right amount of paint on there, it doesn't look like you did anything at all. There you go. Sometimes you got to dip inside the paint bottle too. Get a little bit extra in there. Right. Okay, so next what I do is I'll get out my pan pastels and work on these side frames a bit. So for that I'll get my weathering box over here. Trucks inside here so you can see them. And then a lot of this is covered in my weathering trucks video. So basically I'm showing you the same thing that I'm showing you in that video. So you can see there's the pan pastels right there. I use a Payne's gray for the outside of this, and then I just kind of, oops, on the frame. All right. I just kind of put that on there. I know it looks like a lot right now, but a lot of it will come off with the spray adhesive. You guys can see that. So it kind of look like that. You kind of have a white looking appearance to it, which like I said, it will go away here in a minute when I spray them down. But don't be afraid to get this stuff on there. This Payne's gray looks a lot like faded metal, faded black metal, and that's why I use it. This is just pan pastel Payne's gray. You can get these tins at MB Klein. Individual tins you can get at MB Klein, and they're about $5 or $6 a piece, and they are worth the price of admission because they do a lot of neat things. You can do these on the side of black cars too and make them really look good. Now, as I said, I'm going to take a little bit of my Krylon spray fixative matte finish, I'm going to give them a going over. And they come back not looking nearly as white as they were before. I'm sorry I have to do this off camera, but it's the nature of the beast. Okay, so with that done, we're going to take and move on to the side of the car. I'm going to show you how I give the car a... I'm just going to let those dry before we do any more to them. And now I'm going to put a black wash over the outside of the car. And I use a India ink and alcohol wash. And it's a product that I bought years ago. I bought some of this stuff called Dr. Ben's Instant Age. And I've just been adding to it over the years. So what we'll do here, let me back this out a bit. See a little better what I'm doing. One way. Okay, so let me see this a little bit better. What I like to do is you need to shake this up really good before you use it. And I have a makeup brush. This is a makeup brush that, I forget what the name of it is. They call it a professional eyeshadow blender, but I don't use it for that. This came as a part of a set. I'll show you the other part of the set when I get into the chalk and stuff. And I like to start with the roof on these. And I just kind of start on the rough walk. You can see that India ink and alcohol wash. It's basically all that is. Kind of go up and down in this motion to start, and that gets it in the crevices. Then you can come back and streak it this way. You'll be able to see that. Kind of hard to do it on camera a little bit here. So then you want to get a little bit more in there. And again, just kind of come and streak this along here in a streaky motion like so. And then I come back and go along the ribs. See, it's kind of building up on the other side too now. Get this down around the ends. Sometimes you'll pick up a hair, don't worry about that. So then, kind of take and go down the side of the car with it. Shot yet. Usually with a bright colored car like this, it really makes it look pretty good. You can see the difference between that side and that. We don't really want to put a lot of black on these. I like this car. It's pretty neat, so I want to make sure that keep keep it kind of clean. Let's just continue this on. Now you always want to streak from the top down on these cars. Now collect in those areas there, and that's what you want. Get some in the door. That it's in there. Some nice streaking going on there. Kind of hard to see. But the goal is to kind of get it. And you do have to shake this up every once in a while. So I like to put a little bit. There's a real punchy black on there, but not too much. Kind of hit that at the top. Across the sides with that. Kind of hit that a few places. Yes. On the door. Streak that down the side of the car. Comes out looking pretty good. Then again, with the roof, kind of come another little bit on there like that. And we do the end of the car the same way. To get this off camera for just a little bit. Apologize for being off camera. It's kind of hard to do with it upside down and backwards. So anyway, there you go. Kind of tones down the color there. And get some on the other end. Again, I have to do this off camera. I apologize. What I'm doing when I shake that is that I get some extra pigment brought up. From the bottom of the bottle. Okay. And then there's that end of that car right there. I'll lay this down. Continue working down the side of the car here. This side we haven't done yet. Back in the car. This, like I said, I've got this. I bought some of that Dr. Ben's Instant Age a long time ago, and I've just been adding to it over the years. probably not too much of the original mix left, but that's how it goes sometimes. I think you guys need to get over and see Geno Sharp's video on weathering. Geno's he's the alcohol wash. He's the master. He's the guru of it. So he's probably looking at this going, "Attaboy, Todd." But that's what we do. This is a base. This is a base coat for this car, and that's where we start, is our base. So we'll let that dry now, and we'll come back in a little bit, and when it's all dry, then we'll start putting chalk on it. So be right back. Okay, we're back. Now you probably noticed that I've got the wheel sets in the side frames here. Sorry, I had to work on something on the computer there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish these up, and we're going to put some brown chalk in this little container right here. We're going to put that on the side of and on the wheel faces. Don't worry about getting it on there, because we're going to see that afterwards. You can see that. Okay, let me spray that with a little bit of adhesive. Okay. Okay, now that we've got the trucks weathered, we're going to go ahead and do some more work on the car. And so I've got some brown chalk in my little container up here at the top, right here. And we're going to get some of that on our brush. Now this brush here is part of that set I talked to you about earlier when I was using the wash. And so when they come as a set. So this brown chalk, I'm going to go ahead and put this right underneath where the wheels roll. You can see that or not. That's where it's going, right there. Now this is a light brown chalk that I have, and it's kind of resembles dirt. That's why I like it. And I just kind of use this to simulate how the road grime comes up off the trucks and the dirt and what have you. And just get that all over the end of the car, right there, both ends. And I kind of turn it over. I kind of get some on the trucks very carefully. These springs will come out in a minute if you're not careful with this. If you can see this or not. Also try to get a little up and down the end there to make it look like the road splashed up on there too. So go a little bit up on here. You probably can't see that. Let's see if I can show you how to do that. You can see it. And we get some on the coupler. Be very careful with these coupler springs again. Some of that on there. And also what I like to do is while I'm here, take a little bit of rust. I don't think you can see it on the screen there, but I have another container that's got a little bit of rust on there. Just go ahead and get some of that. Put that on the coupler as well. Sort of a brighter color of rust. Again, be very careful with the coupler and the coupler springs. And like that. Okay. So now I'm going to give this a quick spray off camera to seal this. Make sure you get the top of the coupler and the end of the car. Okay. Set this back in here. And first of all, take this, and what I do here is I sweep all this chalk down into the corner here. And I can show you that. Taking and sweeping all that chalk down into this upper corner. That's how I collect it. If you can see that, let's see. You probably wonder why I'm doing that. I'll show you here in a second. Now what I do, I'm going to come in and we're going to get after the roof of this car. And we're going to that in there just like that. And this kind of tones it down a little bit more. Kind of stays in some of the creases there. That's how you want it. Kind of get it on there nice and thick. Be afraid to get it in there. Get it in the corners. Now let's leaving them nice dark spots right in there, and that's what you want. And then of course we do the side of the car. We can just grind in some of that here. Gives it a real nice blended in effect. Down the ladders quite a bit. bottom of the door really good. And of course the door. That's kind of why I don't reclaim the certain colors into their respective boxes, because I just use plain chalk. I don't use Bragdon powders. If you're using Bragdon powders, you probably want to collect each individual color by itself to put back into the, because they're a little more expensive than your run-of-the-mill chalks. So, and they seem to have more specific colors, where just the chalk I use is just plain colored. It's just brown or black or nothing exotic. So you can see that or not. And just kind of keep working it back and forth till you got it looking real good. That's kind of the end result right there. Put a little bit more right there. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And I'll be back in a minute here to show you the finished product. Okay, we're back. And this is the finished product, the Canavelli Pasta 40-foot car. Turn this around so you can see the other side. Roof. Break in. Not break in. And I don't know if you can see those trucks, but we did a weathering on the trucks. And okay. We have a Brady construction car that Bill sent me, and we're pretty much ready to go with it. Weathered trucks, weathered roof, other side. Break end. Other end. Brooklyn Lollipop car, one of several. This is a more modern car because it's got roller bearing trucks underneath it. A little bit of weathering on the top. Other side. End of the car, brake end. Other end. Let's see. Underside. These cars have all been pretty much done the same way. And so weathering wise, these cars have been kind of done mostly the same way. And I think they turned out pretty good. I'll have to get Bill to do a video on these when he gets them back so that you all can see all 9 cars that I've done for him. So this is just 3 of them. So, but I'd like to give a couple of shout outs here. I know you guys probably think that I only do HO weathering, but I also do N scale. And but I'd like to give a shout out to Eric Hall. Eric's done some really good weathering videos of N scale, his N scale equipment. Eric is MRR.com, I think, or something. I'll put it up in the notes. So, but you'll have to probably go back quite a ways in his videos to find his weathering videos. But he does a really good job weathering trucks and couplers and cars and all that good stuff. I'd like to give a shout out as well to Geno Sharp, my buddy. He's a good weatherer. Go over and check his weathering videos out. I'd like to give a shout out to Bill Graham. Thanks, Bill, for sending me these cars. I hope you enjoy them, buddy. I sure enjoyed doing them. So anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to be doing trying to do another contest. I haven't checked my subscribers lately, but I think I'm pretty close to 100. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.